Hello, in today's video I will be testing your stupid team ideas for Xianyun. And you guys don't disappoint again. We'll go through different variety from Vaporized Candace to main DPS plunging Shenhe. And of course we don't forget about DORI. Can Xianyun make anyone main DPS? Let's find out. Xianyun. And we did it again. I've asked you guys on the community tab on YouTube to give me your team ideas for Xianyun. But there is one problem. Well, last week YouTube for some reason bullying my channel. And a lot of your suggestions unfortunately was gone. YouTube was deleting all the comments on this post. After that I've made another post and YouTube deleted almost all the comments again. But anyway, there are still a lot of comments there, so we have teams to try. And I was periodically checking comment section. And I remembering some of these ideas anyway. And even with all these problems, today I will try my best to test your team ideas and to make this video work. And let's go for the teams. Candace. And Candace was one of the most popular suggestions. There was different variety to this team, but most popular was forward wave. And it's understandable, because if you're vaporizing with Hydra, we have higher multiplier. And polearm user has pretty good scaling on their attacks. But one unfortunate thing about Candace, she cannot buff plunge attacks. Her buff is applying only to normal attacks. So I've gave my Candace pretty cracked build with Staff of Homa and some double pieces, and of course quite a lot of elemental mastery and very unbalanced crit ratio. And team that we'll be using with Xianyun, Benet and Xiangling as Pyra applicator. In today's video we'll be varying Xianyun artifacts with Song of the Days Past and very decent veneer. But it's quite hard to have good uptime with very decent veneer in this team. So for now we will go with Song of the Days Past. And let's see how this will go, using Candace skill for no reason. So Xianyun, Benet, now finally Xiangling, Candace burst and first punch 111, second plunge 111 and third plunge 104,000, and we've done pretty nice damage. But for some reason I've expected more damage, because forward wave has better multiplier. But if you look closer on this team, we don't have a lot of damage percentage. Both of our buffers Xianyun and Benet are adding to the base scaling. And after that as multiplier we are having only Hydra Goblin. But anyways, damage is still very decent, and we've beat second chamber first half in less than 1 minute. Raiden. Unfortunately, a lot of Raiden comments was gone, but anyway there are still of them are left. And one problem with this team, Xianyun cannot buff Raiden. Raiden plunge attacks is part of her burst and consider it as burst damage. And Xianyun is buffing only plunge attacks and they are not counted in the burst. And just to make a proof, I've made 2 runs, one with a fully built Xianyun and Raiden was doing 21,000 with the plunge. On the second run I've get Xianyun 1-star weapon and removed some of her artifacts. And Raiden was doing the same 21,000. So we have test and the proof that this doesn't work. But anyways, let's test this team, and I went standard hyper carry Raiden team with Benet, Sarah and Xianyun as anima character. And in this team she will be using very decent veneer artifact. And my Raiden is Constellation 1 with Wave Breaker's Fin. So let's see how this will go using Raiden skill. Swirling Electra. So Benet, Sarah's skill, Raiden's burst, initial hit doesn't matter. So first plunge 80,000, second plunge 63, and last plunge not critting, another plunge 38,000. So yes, Xianyun definitely not buffing Raiden, but there is one interesting thing. Plunge attack has 2 hits, one with a low multiplier and the second with high multiplier that we're mostly seeing on the screen. In most of the team low multiplier plunge doesn't matter and Xianyun doesn't even buff this attack. But if we look closer to the Raiden's plunge, our high scaling attack made 80,000, but our low scaling attack made 40,000 on top of that. So with one plunge we've made 120 damage in total, which I found pretty interesting because in other teams it doesn't work like that. And of course I made Spiral Abyss run with this team. It was pretty fun, but there is one problem, it destroying your energy management. With this playstyle Raiden not making a lot of hits and not restoring a lot of energy to the team. Freminet. There was a couple of the Freminet suggestions, and you guys probably know that I love to main Freminet. And not only Freminet Chongyun combo. And one of the suggestions was requesting me exactly the same team. An interesting thing about this team. For most time we will be playing this team right way with Freminet burst and spamming his skills. But his skill has downtimes between them. And when we will have downtimes we will use his plunging attacks. And good thing he's a Claymore character with high plunge attack multiplier. So basically this is my standard Freminet team with Chongyun Xianyun and Furina, but as anime character we are using Xianyun. And in this team Xianyun will be using very decent Veneer. One unfortunate thing, my Freminet is only Constellation 1, because his Constellation 3 could play very good role today. But the weapon will go Serpent's Bite on him with some double artifacts. And let's see how this will go. So starting with Furina, Chongyun burst, Swirling Crier, now Xianyun's burst, Chongyun, Freminet burst using one skill and plunge. How much damage? 55,000 plunge. Second plunge 40,000, couple of skills, and the boss is done. The boss is done, pretty nice. So yeah, plunging attacks he wasn't doing that much damage. And Freminet's skill downtime is a lot shorter than plunging attack animation. But what I've noticed in Sparalabis run, that plunging attacks was a godsend for the repositioning. It was quite fun to drop on enemies' heads and immediately using skills right in their faces. One unfortunate thing, I've totally messed up energy management for this team. Xinyan. And now I'm on for the Xinyan suggestions. I'm actually forgot that this character exists in the game. And there are some problems with team ideas. For some of these team ideas I don't have characters. And some of these team ideas will not work. Unfortunately, Xinyan Pyro application from her shield wouldn't be enough to make this team works. But we'll make Xinyan team anyway. We will go forward wave Xinyan with Bennett, Kaya and Xianyun. Unfortunate thing about Xinyan in this team, he will give us zero utility with her kit, even on Constellation 6. The only thing that we will rely is her high plunge attack scaling. And for the weapon we'll go Serpent Spine with artifacts full Gilded Dreams. Yeah, this elemental mastery will help us with melts today. And in this team Xianyun will use Song of the Days Past set. And let's see how this will go. So starting with Xianyun, we don't need to swirl. So Bennett, Kaya, not using any skills, and first plunge 110, second 126, third plunge doesn't seem damage, 47,000 and another 47,000 damage. Alright, with this team I will not go for the Spiral Abyss because after second plunge everything starts falling apart. Kaya's Cryo application is not enough and Paya overtaking everything. Unfortunately Xianyun is not Kazuha and cannot infuse her burst with Cryo. I hope someday we'll get good off-field Cryo applicator for this type of teams. Heizou. And now we're going for the shower at home suggestions. We will go with this variant with Faruzan, Furina and Xianyun. Recently on the stream I finally pulled for C6 Faruzan and I haven't tried her yet. And you wouldn't believe what happened right now. For this team I've needed Desert Pavilion set. And the main problem, I've had only 3 pieces on this artifact. But 5 minutes ago I've made my run in this domain. And you know what I've got? I've got missing piece on this set, Crit Rate Circlet. And not only Crit Rate Circlet, quite good Crit Rate Circlet. So yeah, today we'll be trying real shower at home. For the weapon we'll go Flowing Purity. In this team will be very easy to activate Bond of Life and we have 66 139 crit ratio. And of course in this team Xianyun will be using Song of the Days Past set. And let's see how this will go. In this rotation I will not use Heizou burst and skill because this would destroy the burst and I want to see plunge damage. So let's go Faruzan, Xianyun. Going for Heizou using one charge attack, starting plunge attacks, 68,000, another 68 and 75,000, and we've done with the boss. And this team is actually impressed me in the Spiral Abyss run. Heizou's skill and burst was doing decent damage, but on them our rotation wasn't over, because we've had plunge attack to spend and they was doing decent damage too. Another thing that I want to mention, very good and comfortable buff uptimes. I would probably even use this team for real sometimes. I'm wondering how Shao mains feels right now. Chongyun. Chongyun was very frequent guest in the suggestions, and of course it was because of his Cryo Fusion, and a lot of suggestions was around him as the main DPS. All work that Chongyun is putting today, he deserving his personal team. So let's try male Chongyun. And the team would be of course with Shangling, because he is the one who can apply enough Pyra, Shenhe dedicated Cryo support, and we'll come back to Chongyun Shenhe team later in other team. And of course with Xianyun. Chongyun will be built for the males, with Serpent Spine and artifacts full Gilded Dreams. And at this point in most of the teams I'm giving up on very decent Veneer. And in this team Xianyun will use Song of the Days Past set too. And let's see how this will go. Applying Cryo. I don't know why I'm swilling Cryo, so we're using Xianyun. So hold with Shenhe, Shenhe's burst. Oh, Shangling. Going to Chongyun, using Infusion and first plunge 106. Second plunge doesn't crit. Third plunge 91. First plunge HDH and buffs is run out. Last plunge was only 30,000. And I will not go with this team for the Spiral Abyss test. And it's because of Shenhe. I don't like to use Shenhe outside Ayaka's team. But anyways, we've done more than 100,000 plunges with Chongyun. And I think this is good result because my normal attack was only level 6. Noelle. There was couple Noelle and Ita comments, and yes, I have Ita. But I think with Noelle we can get more interesting results. And in my last stream I finally got C6 Noelle. She was Constellation 5 for 2 years, so let's give her a try. One unfortunate thing, right now talents is kinda low, but I think this would be enough. So for the team we will go with Furina, Goro and of course Xianyun. For the build, weapon would be Serpent Spine and artifacts full husk set. And let's see how this will go. Starting with Furina, then Xianyun, and Goro. So finally Noelle. And let's go first plunge, 102,000. Second plunge, another 102 and 96 in the end. And we've done with 3 plunges. That was quite interesting result because this team doesn't use any reactions and my Noelle is under build. And for the Spiral Abyss run, remember I was saying Heizou variant was really good. This one was way better and I was just tearing through enemies. I've messed up with energy management a little bit, but this problem is solvable. And at this point I'm even start to thinking, why do I even need Ito? Shenhe. And Shenhe was most required character. And the most required team was family team with Shenhe, Ganyu and Chongyun. One problem, I'm not well in this game, I don't have a lot of character and I don't have Ganyu. So we'll go with the different requires with this team. Main DPS Shenhe with Chongyun, Furina and Xianyun. One unfortunate thing, right now my Shenhe normal attack is only level 2. And I've already spent all my resources to level up all the characters for this video. So we'll play with the very low multiplayer 173%. But I think we can get away with that. In this team we have a lot of flat damage bonuses and they don't care about multiplier. Xianyun Ascension passive is a flat damage bonus, Song of the Days Past is a flat damage bonus, and of course Shenhe's skill is a flat damage bonus too. So I think our damage would be alright. Now let's quickly look at Shenhe's kit. One interesting thing, she can buff plunging attack damage by 15% if we're using hold version of the skill. And we'll be using hold version because of higher trigger quota. But there is one unfortunate thing, we still need to give up on her burst. First of all, her burst will eat almost all of our trigger quota immediately, so we wouldn't have resistance decrease and 50% cryo damage bonus from that. And now for the build. And for this showcase I've gave her my best weapon, Staff of Coma, and because we cannot use her burst we will go with Shimenawa, one of the rare artifacts that can buff plunging attacks. So idea of this team, Shenhe and Xianyun are giving a lot of flat damage bonuses, and after that it's all multiplied by Furina damage percentage buff. And let's see how this will go. Starting with Furina, then Xianyun. Now we're going for the smaller brother, now bigger sister hold. And first plunge 50,000, second plunge 55,000, third plunge 55,000 and buffs is run out. Yes, after third plunge buffs is run out, that's unfortunate, but this is how Shenhe works. So damage was quite interesting for the talent level 2. Yes, we doesn't achieve enormous numbers like in previous teams, but for me damage was still pretty impressive. But despite all of that, I doesn't went to the Spiral Abyss with this team. As we already know, plunge attacks are doing 2 hits, and this eats Shenhe trigger quota quite fast. Bonus. And DORI was start of the suggestions too, and I think she is becoming mascot of the series. And it's understandable because she is the one of the reason why this series started on my channel. A lot of comments was about aggravate DORI, but if you watch my previous video you probably know that my DORI is only Constellation 1. But physical DORI was suggested too, so we will go with physical DORI variant. And the team would be Furina, Rosaria and Xianyun. And yes, last of my Mora went to level up DORI's normal attacks through level 6. Unfortunately not level H, but I think this would be enough. We have 271% multiplier. Let's quickly look how I built her. For the weapon we'll go with Serpent Spine, and artifacts like in previous showcase would be Shimenawa. And let's see what this little girl can do. So, starting with Furina, of course then Xianyun, Rosaria to apply cryo, DORI skill, and first plunge 61,000, second plunge 67, 69,000, and another 63,000 plunge. And I actually didn't expect this much damage, 69,000 plunge. We doesn't have any reaction here and it's physical damage. In some previous team we was doing almost the same damage with elemental attacks. Imagine what she can do with better investments. Conclusion. First of all, thank you for all your suggestions. I've read every comment. And don't worry if your team doesn't made it to the video. Probably I don't had characters for this team. And even though this series doesn't get a lot of views on my channel, I will continue it. Because I'm loving to test your team ideas. And for now, thank you for the watching, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.